The GDPR represents an unprecedented change to data protection law in the EU and here in the UK. MVF's business is data-driven, and as a global leader in our field, our objective is to always apply the highest standards of compliance with data protection regulation.
Hi, I'm Tom Warner, General Counsel of MVF, and I'm here to talk to you about the GDPR. GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. It's the new data protection law, which in the UK will replace the current Data Protection Act 1998. The GDPR is the biggest change to data protection in 20 years. The GDPR will apply from the 25th of May 2018. This might seem like a long way off, but it's important that businesses get in front of the changes now to minimise any impact on their operations. The GDPR will apply to all businesses operating within the EU, including businesses that are based outside the EU, but that offer products or services to individuals within it. Businesses won't be able to avoid the GDPR by basing themselves outside of Europe. So really, every business in the world with operations in Europe should look to gain a good understanding of the GDPR. The UK government has confirmed that the GDPR will come into force despite Brexit. Brexit won't affect the implementation of the GDPR in the UK. The GDPR builds on the current definition of consent and sets a higher standard for obtaining it. Under the GDPR, an indication of consent must also be unambiguous and involve a clear affirmative action. There's also a lot in the GDPR about transparency, so businesses are going to have to tell individuals a lot more about what personal data they're collecting and the purposes for which they're collecting it. The GDPR contains a lot more rights or enhanced rights for individuals. For example, the right to withdraw consent and the right to be forgotten. So businesses are going to have to work out how they enable individuals to easily exercise those rights. The GDPR is going to introduce a tougher notification regime, and certain data breaches will need to be reported to the ICO within 72 hours. The individuals affected may also need to be notified. Currently, the ICO can fine organisations up to £500,000 for breaking data protection laws. That will change under the GDPR, and depending on the area of non-compliance, the ICO will be able to issue fines of up to €20 million, or 4% of annual global turnover, whichever is more. So it's really important that businesses get their GDPR compliance, and in particular their marketing and their lead generation practices right. MVF is already complying with the Data Protection Act, so we're well placed to comply with the GDPR. That said, there will be new or different requirements for all businesses to comply with, and we've been doing a lot of planning and preparation work over the last few months. At the top level, we have a GDPR steering committee made up of C-level and other senior employees. We then have a detailed GDPR implementation plan, which will ensure that we are fully compliant by the 25th of May 2018. This includes using the time before May to test and trial new mechanisms to ensure that we obtain the requisite consent for us and also for our clients.